Hey everyone, it's Annie
and Brady.
from the Never Growing Up podcast, a Disney Parks podcast for adults.
Thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode. Make sure you subscribe and leave a rating for us on whatever app you're joining our conversation.
And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for all of our accounts are in our show notes.
Enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the Never Growing Up podcast. Today, we are continuing our travel, our virtual tour through World Showcase, starting with Norway. Maybe we'll get to China and Germany. We tend to go off on a tangent. That shouldn't surprise you by this point. But all on this next episode.
And then our music plays.
Yay, we're back. We're back.
Hello, everybody.
Holla. Hey guys, this is Annie at WDW Collective, and with me, as always, is my most wonderful co-host.
Oh my God, we get our intros today?
I
What?
remember!
Oh, am I dying? Hi guys, my name is Brady McCleary, also known to you as Brady Cam on Instagram.
I literally wrote a note. I said, Annie, don't forget. I'm terrible at doing intro. Like, I don't know. I just get really excited.
Yeah, we usually just dive right in.
Yeah. So it's been a hot minute since we recorded, but we were just kind of talking with the fluidity of the Disney situation, and we are just trying to be as positive as possible. So we're not going to talk about any kind of negative situations. We're still continuing our tours. And but that doesn't mean that it's just not going to be that regular, but that's fine. Because we know y'all are loyal and you want to listen to our virtual tours, of course.
Yes, I just need to go back. I just need to go back.
I was saying that to Nick because actually I was having a conversation about it because I was like, I feel like going, maybe not as a local, but I feel like going to Disney is a relatively safe situation in the fact that, numbers are coming out right now that they're saying flying is extremely safe these days, which is so exciting to me because I was always like a psycho traveler as a person who used to travel every week before all of this happened. And they're saying now that flying is the most healthy way to travel. So it's like you're, healthy or safe getting off the plane. You're in an enclosed situation, getting there. Everyone's wearing masks. You're wearing masks in the hotel. It's just, generally a very safe situation. It seems like anyways. I haven't heard anything negative. So I wish we could go, but unfortunately Nick doesn't have any time off. These are very important months for him from a work aspect, as is mine. I'm in
Right,
the
the
final quarter.
holidays.
Yeah, so a lot of people drink a lot of wine in the holidays, even though holidays aren't normal this year.
Which means that it's probably gonna be even more crazy with
Actually,
I'm sure
yes.
liquor sales have just
They're
skyrocketed.
insane. They're doing amazingly well, so that's fantastic, for for that. But yeah, it's, alcoholism is real.
The ho holidays.
Yeah, so but I was like, maybe we should go, because I feel like we're probably safer going there than we are doing anything around in Ohio. So, but
Where
it's not
nobody's
gonna
wearing masks.
Yeah, where nobody's wearing masks, even though we're supposed to. But here we are. We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. But
I want to go in June,
uh,
but I'll be deployed.
did they switch your dates around again?
Yeah, they moved it from. I was supposed to go in January, from January to
Is this allowed
beginning
to
of
be in the
June.
recording, by the way? Do we have to cut this out?
No, you're good.
Okay, I didn't know if this was information.
No, yeah. I was supposed to go from January to beginning of June, and now it's gonna be, now it's gonna be March to question mark. It might be 4 months, it might be 6 months, who knows?
Oh goodness.
So, but I'll go one day. My family will be there.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. Okay, so a couple things before we start our tour we wanted to make you guys aware of. This sounds fancy. So I was inspired when Trixie and Katya, for those of you who don't know, very, very famous drag queens, like literally my two of my favorite people in the world, came out with a new podcast. I was like, how are they getting their podcast just like straight up on YouTube? Like before we were just doing like clips. And I was like, oh, you know what? We should just like have another avenue for you guys to find our podcast. So I found another company to help us like put the whole podcast up there. So we redid that. We redid our YouTube page. So please, it's in our show notes. Please make sure you check it out. But one thing that we also have done is we've created the ultimate park sound playlist. So as of
All the sounds of the parks in
all the
one place.
like, literally all the sounds, like, it's kind of weird how much there's I haven't put everything up there yet, but s at this point, I think there's at least 200 videos, and it's just the
We
audio,
need
so I didn't wanna make it like a copyright thing, it's just the audio.
we need to record like the hold music for Disney World because like
Yeah,
when I used to go like 4 times a year, that was
yeah.
part of the fun, like waiting in
Yeah,
anticipation to talk to your Disney vacation planner,
yes.
and you're listening to the like Epcot Center music, and then it goes off to how do you do, do 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 do,
Aw.
how do you do, pretty
I
good,
love
sure
that.
as your bone.
I love that. Yeah, so it's awesome. So, if you are missing the parks, because honestly, what I personally was doing is I like to listen to park sounds when I'm just doing busy work in my home office that I never leave, because I don't travel these days. And, I was like, a lot of, like, the playlists that I found on YouTube were, like, either they were made internationally, so some videos are not available to us here for some whatever reason, or I felt that they were, like I was looking for, like, something very specific. So, guys, like, literally every single and this is current stuff. So, we'll have to make another playlist of stuff that's retired, because, sometimes you like to listen to although I did add ow, shit, I just hit my funny Sometimes I did add wishes, I did add, illuminations because they just ended, and it's like, I don't
I can't.
I know, it's just
I'm
so
looking at it right now, 200 videos.
Jesus, yeah. I've been wor it's been a labor of love. So it's literally, like, the background music that and oh, so actually, I should preface this. None of these videos are videos that we've created. They are all from content creators, around the YouTubes. But I was just like, "Okay, let me look up the sounds, area, background for blah, blah, blah," and, like, literally, like, hotels, stuff like that, and, like, so many wonderful people have taken the time to record the audio, somehow obtain it, probably illegally, and upload it.
Right.
So, I mean, yes, it's a playlist that we have curated, but we did not create the record. So please, visit everyone else's accounts because these are all accounts that I've picked and choose from over periods of time just um listening to park music. So I just want to be very clear. We're not taking credit, we just curated it. That's all. But there's a lot of shit.
I want
Go
to.
listen to it.
I want to. I want
It's
to
so
be
fun.
there.
I know. It's like I you know what, honestly, because it's just been, like, really hard lately. Like, I feel like we normally go, October or November, and so it's a big old bummer to, like, not be there right now.
Well, you know what'll make us feel like we're there?
What?
Or virtual tour.
I'm so excited. Last time we talked about Mexico for, like, a really long time.
We did 'cause well, to be fair, there's a lot going on in Mexico. Like, there's 4 restaurants/drink slash drink locations. There's a
Yeah.
whole plaza. Like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and, we are utilizing so for those of you who are used to our tours, we utilize the most up-to-date map possible. So these maps are from post, um, I can't think of the word, oh my god, post-COVID opening. So some things that we are technically skipping over, you'll see that we're missing. So some of those you guys that are diehard, Um, they're just not open right now. So we've eliminated those to just not make us feel worse about the situation.
So, are we in the time era of DC? Because we had BC AD, announced during COVID, DC.
Oh, that's good. That makes a lot of sense. 'Cause you know what? It really is, like, it's a chunk of time that, like, I almost
It's
I it's
been the
removed.
longest 100 years of my life.
Oh
I
my god,
mean,
the longest time
year.
ever. I'm so silly. I've just, like, become
Actually,
an old lady.
since we last, recorded, my mom and sister actually went to Disney World for a quick weekend,
Oh, how nice.
and, yeah, it was like they got a really cheap flight on, Frontier, and everybody was really safe. They said the parks were really, uh,
Yeah,
doing a really good job at making sure everybody was social distancing,
yeah.
and the parade routes were, like, really clearly marked. My mom went on the Sky Gondola, which she's
Oh, yeah.
been dying to do since they
Yep.
were in
Yeah.
construction, and she said they're a lot of fun. They're very breezy when they're going, but once
Yeah.
they stop, it gets real warm real quick.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, she actually did a lot of resort hopping for the first time, and so it was,
Oh,
like, her first
nice.
time going to Boardwalk and all that stuff, and she was just, like, in awe.
Aw, that's so fun. I
So,
love that.
yeah,
I'm so glad they were able to go.
it was a lot of fun. So,
That
actually, in June, we were supposed to go to, um, Pop Century or stay in
mm.
Pop Century, but now she really kinda wants to change over to one of my favorites, Caribbean Beach.
Oh, yes, that is your fave.
Yeah, it's one
And
of
plus
my
now it's part of
numero
this family.
unos.
Ugh, I love that.
Yeah, well, that's why she wanna stay at Pop Century because they're a part of it too.
Right.
However, um, I don't something about their gondola doesn't go to Magic Kingdom or something weird like that, and the bus line is massive for like the
Really?
everybody always that's like the biggest complaint about Pop Century is that leaving the Magic
Oh,
Kingdom
yeah.
is actually hell.
Oh, god.
So, she was like, "I kinda wanna stay at Caribbean Beach," especially because she wants to stay another extra day, so it'll be like a total of 8 days,
Yeah.
um, 5 park days and then, like, 2 down days, and then the day that we leave, and she was like, "I just think that would be more fun there because they have like, you can rent bikes and this and that," and I was like, "Let's do it, that's my favorite," but now I'm may not be able to be there, so I'm like, "Don't go, it's awful."
Aw. Well, what
But
parks
yeah,
did
so
she
yeah, just
go to all 4 parks?
and, Magic Kingdom, and she said
Oh,
the
nice.
addition to Paris, which we'll speak of when we get there, is
Nice. Yes.
we'll speak of when we get there.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. We're
Yeah, I'll
starting with
dock the lay
Norway. Wait, Norway, right? Yeah, Norway. That's next. After Mexico.
land of gnomes and trolls.
Don't even get me started. So, I it took every ounce of me to not add the Maelstrom audio to this playlist. So, I'll have to make another one where it's not, where it's retired because I was, like, so sad because I will never forgive them for getting rid of it, although I do understand why they did it. But, yeah, so let's start with
Yeah.
Norway. Norway used to be very much, a pass on by, unless you really loved Maelstrom like I did. Did you love Maelstrom?
Um, I was only there once when they had it because I
Okay.
went the first time I went was 2009, and then after
Oh, yeah.
that, they were already starting construction
Yeah.
on, um, Frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, so my so, yeah, but and even obviously during the construction time when Maelstrom was gone, it was definitely because there's nothing like and I'm not no offense to Norway because 'cause I'm sure it's a very lovely country, but there wasn't just a lot going on, generally in that area. The
Yeah,
beer
it's
selection
basically
was
like a
mint.
Werther's Originals factory, and then,
Oh, no, that's in
uh
Germany. The
oh,
word is in
shit, yeah,
Germany,
so that's
yeah. Even more so.
even less so.
The real draw to the Norway Pavilion is the princess dining, which is not, available right now because of COVID, but, that was really, like, the only draw for people to go to Akershus and go to the princess dining. Again, this was before Frozen Ever After showed up. But now that it's there, it's one of the busiest. It's so funny how things
You
change.
know, I never realized that that's what that was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was princess dining. I just didn't even look at it.
It is
I
indeed,
usually just
yeah.
go there, ride Frozen,
Well,
have to
yeah.
leave the line abruptly 'cause by the time I get there, I'm already pretty drunk and have broken the seal.
Oh,
So,
that's right, 'cause you go, Canada and Mexico
yeah.
by that point. Yeah, and quite honestly, it was a restroom break for us too because that was the closest. Because like, we spend a lot of time in Mexico, especially if we can get a seat at La Cava. So, by the time we get out of there, we're like, "Oh, we have to pee," and then, yes, we go, we go pee in Norway, which is right next to, the Royal Summer House, meet and greet with Anna and Elsa, which I've done a few times with my niece. Not really worth it.
Oh,
But if you want I mean, if you want your picture with Anna and Elsa, like, this is the place to go.
I'm, like, looking through all these things and yeah, I really don't ever go through
Yeah.
Norway. At least I
Yeah,
guess I don't pay attention.
and honestly, for people who are traveling, as adults without children, as is the title of this show, there's really no reason unless you magically got fast passes to get on Frozen Ever After, which are a hard fast pass to get. Oh, yeah, so if you go to meet Anna and Elsa, um, the bathrooms are right next door. So, like, normally, other things we've had when I've gone with family or people who want to take pictures with Anna and Elsa, like, usually it's a prime bathroom break. And it's air conditioned, it's real nice. And they're brand new. Because since it's one of the more recent World Showcase remodels is the Frozen Ever After situation. So those bathrooms are nice and new, real nice. Highly
Very nice.
very nice for those of you who watched, Borat recently. So we the main or next to the main attraction, but the main icon of Norway is the Stave Church, which is, modeled after the Stave churches that you find in Norway. But this is where you can find one of the many art exhibits throughout World Showcase, and you've probably heard me talk about it multiple times. I can't get enough of the art exhibits. I love that shit. I feel like I'm
Mhm.
in a museum.
They're so pretty, like, everything
They're so
about,
cool.
like, all the stuff that's in it, they're all just so nice.
Yeah, they're so cool, and this one I think is so fun because not only do we have, the Frozen situation, but we also have a huge tie to the Thor Marvel stories. So when you come to the entrance, you see some sculptures of Norse men, and there's also signs that say like Loki and Freya, like all like the characters in the Thor comics, but also like legitimate Norse gods. Um, so I think that's super fun. I like Dragon Marvel and whenever I can.
Right.
But the real main attraction at Norway is the Frozen Ever After ride. So what are your thoughts on Frozen Ever After?
Um,
Is
it's
it worth the wait?
it's
Let's do that
fun.
first.
Is it worth the wait?
Yeah.
I guess so if you're there with kids,
Yeah.
and if you haven't been on it, I don't know, it's no flight of passage, like, the fact that
Oh, sure.
they have, like, identical wait times well, okay, not
Sure.
anymore, Frozen Ever After isn't as crazy anymore,
Yeah.
but back in the day, like, people would wait their whole freaking day for that
Oh, yeah.
line. It's no, not worth it, but it's cute, it's fun. I think it's a little ridiculous that when you ride the ride, it's 426,000 degrees in there. It's like, "Hello, I'm in Norway.
This doesn't make
Hello, everything's supposed to be
sense.
frozen. Hello, it's Florida, and I went on a dark ride so I could get cold and it's
Yeah,
hot."
you would
Like,
expect it to
no.
be cooler.
Especially, like, when she banishes you from the castle, you're
Yeah.
like, "Why is it spicy?"
Yeah, like, why does it get warm? That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, it does. And so for those of us who are, purists and love the Maelstrom ride, it follows the same route. So that thing when she pushes you away is very reminiscent of Maelstrom because there'd be this like crazy ass troll that would like scream at you and then it would push you back and you hear these trolls going, run away. And like what happened would be like you would come out the backside, like, you would see people, like, out that one entrance. They blocked it up now, that doesn't happen, but, like, it makes me sad.
I wonder if there's a video of it
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube somewhere because I don't know if I've ever ridden
Oh,
Maelstrom.
watch it. Yeah, the video or the in putting up the videos, yes, they are th there are many, Maelstrom videos out there. Definitely watch them. It's
I'm gonna have
bizarre
to
and weird.
check it out.
It's really strange. Like, you have to it's like one of those weird rides where, like you know how, like, I'm obsessed with Living with the Land? It's like one of those kinda situations where it's like, "Why do you like this?"
Why are you like this?
You're like, "This is the weirdest ride." So, like, the trolls that you see in the gift store that you come out of, that's kinda, like, reminiscent of the trolls that you saw in Maelstrom.
Right.
Yeah. And so the stores in Norway are great. Um, I can't stand that perfume. What's that perfume called?
I have no idea.
Lord help us. It's some perfume, and, like, they, like, live and die for it. I've never seen oh, Layla. It's called Layla. And there are people who, like, live and die for this perfume. It has been there. They've been selling that shit since since I was a child, I would think, since at least the '90s. And it is, like, the strongest perfume.
I'm laughing because you said you were a child in the
I
90s.
was a child in the '90s. I was born in '83. I was actually, like, a teenager. I was old as
Uh,
hell. Oh god. What was I this like, today I was, like, doing something in the house, and I was watching this movie from 1994 that I was, like, obsessed with when I was, like, a preteen because I was, like thought I was emo and, like, was raging. Oh god. But anyway.
I watched Scooby Doo last night and I was just shook that it came out in frickin' 2002.
You know, it's really crazy how long ago 2002 was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should not be 18 years ago. I refuse to believe it.
Ooh, so I guess we gotta pick some dining options, huh?
Well, there's only one dining option right now in Norway
Oh.
that's open. So Akershus is not open right now, but they did recently open the Kringla Bakery. And I've honestly never been in there because
Oh, I've been in there.
I don't I mean, things look interesting, honestly. They have
I went in
pretzels.
there and got the three-layered, like, cheesecake thing that they
Oh,
had
damn.
going
Is that
on.
the yeah.
Um, it wasn't great.
Is that the
It didn't
Lessa?
really let me see if they still have it on their menu. It was, like, pink, blue, and I
Mm.
don't know,
The
but
the menu that I quickly pulled up because when I originally had sent this over to you, it hadn't wasn't open yet, so it just recently opened in October. Um, so I just pulled it up just as I was talking. So it only has like 3 things on the menu right now. So I think they're keeping it like low, but they all sound terrible to me. No, the left side sounds interesting. It's a soft flatbread rolled with cinnamon, sugar, and butter. There's the Norwegian kringla, which apparently is a pretzel. It's a pretzel-shaped pastry with assorted toppings, cinnamon, almonds, or chocolate. And then the school bread, which is a sweet roll filled with custard and dipped with coconut. Ew, that's no. That's a hard pass.
yeah, I don't know about all this.
Yeah, it's they're asking a lot of me. I don't think I would actually actively get something here. They do some fun alcoholic beverages, which I didn't know about. They have a Viking coffee, which is Bailey's Irish cream and Camorra coffee liqueur. Or a Nordic draft beer, which is they have like the Nordic beers. It's like Oz Pilsner, Norway Einstock White Ale, Iceland Einstock Toaster Porter, which I would probably try that if I was gonna
Yeah,
do
I'd definitely try the
it.
porter for sure. It's
It's
hard to
so
find a porter anywhere.
yeah, especially in Florida. So, but that's Norway. Norway's really been just taken over by Frozen, which is totally fine. I'm glad Norway's having its day because now it's like the hot pavilion.
It's having its day.
It's like when else was it having its day?
Congrats,
Congrats,
Norway.
Norway. Ooh, where are we going next? China? Oh my god,
China.
I love this pavilion. Oh, I love this pavilion.
I haven't been to China in a minute.
I spent last time I was so the last time I was at Disney World, which was at Food and Wine last year. I haven't been to Disney World this year. It's the first time can say that in a very long time. I've only been to Disneyland. But I actually spent a lot more time in the China Pavilion than I normally do, which I'm pretty psyched about. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Talk about it?
What's
Let's talk about it.
the the main Oh shit. The main attraction, I guess, in the China Pavilion is the main. That's not a pagoda, right? No, I'm not trying to.
Um,
What is it called? It's the Chinese Hall of
I
Prayer. I'm getting my nationalities mixed up. I'm very I'm apologizing to the Chinese community. It's the Chinese Hall of Prayer. It's a beautiful building.
it is it's so pretty, but I just wish it wasn't another one of those circular freaking
Yeah,
shows.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Reflections of China that's inside that building. But even going so I would highly recommend. So here last when I was there last time, it was extremely hot. I was also very sick. COVID, who knows? Had a terrible cold. So I was really struggling with the heat. I really struggle with the heat when I'm unwell. I struggle with it generally, but you can just go in there and sit down in air conditioning, like not even into
And
the
take your
theater part.
pants off.
Take your pants off. Is that where this happened? Yeah, that happened here in the China
It
Pavilion.
is.
Yeah, where I took my pants off. We'll get there. We'll get there. So, but you can go in there. You can go into this building and just like hang out on their chairs and don't that's well lit, so don't take your pants off there. But uh but it's very pretty. It's very, very pretty. But if you go into Reflections of China, it is a Circle Vision 360 movie. I had never seen it before until last year. Very interesting. I thought it was fascinating. I did so-
I mean, it's all really good. It's just I can't. It makes me dizzy.
yeah. It is supposed to be replaced. I think it was supposed to be replaced with the change, with the updates. I don't think that's happened though. It's supposed to be changed to Wondrous China, but I don't think that's happened. Um,
Wandering China.
yeah.
Is that like where Be Our Guest like takes a weird downturn?
All of a sudden we're in China. What happened? There's also another art gallery. It's so cool. Again, had never been in there before until last year. It is very cool. It is the House of Whispering Willows Gallery, although I don't know if it's open due to COVID. But it's really just an inside look at the Shanghai Disney Resort, which is super interesting and has one of the coolest castles.
Ooh, our friend Eat, Drink, Travel, Dream has been there.
Yes, I know. I'm so jealous. I would very much like to go to it. I watched a lot of videos of Shanghai Disney because it was one of the first Disney parks to reopen after the global lockdown.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
yeah, so there was like a lot of videos because really they used Shanghai Disney to be the model of how they were going to open not even just Disney but like other theme parks in general. So it was super super interesting. But also there's really cool entertainment which there's videos of on our YouTube. So there's like Sishan, which is a musician that plays in front of the temple. And then they also always have like Chinese acrobats, which draws a huge crowd. I've never really kind of sat and watched it because I just don't really get into acrobats, but like good for them.
Good for you.
Good for you guys. You look great. Yeah, but it's cool. I really enjoy the China Pavilion. I think this and the Japanese Pavilion have the best stores. They are huge. First of all, they're huge and they're beautiful. Like beautiful and have such cool stuff. Like I'm saying like go to the walls and look at shit. Like don't just like randomly like look for random stuff. They even have Shanghai Disney merch there, which is cool. Um and I think they still have the person who makes that wild cotton candy, but it's been moved to the back of the pavilion, which is random. Do you
They
remember when they
have
came out?
yeah, like those really big cotton candy like art pieces.
Yeah, and it was like a 2-hour wait because everyone wanted their Instagram. But it's a really
I love
cool.
China.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There was a it used to be in the back or like inside the pavilion where they had like all the marionettes and everything, and I just remember being there with my family back in 2017, and I was just making the one of the puppets talk and dance around, and my
Yeah,
little nephew was just like dying.
I
But like,
love
I don't know if you really understood what was happening because I was like
that.
full on saying like I was saying it in a nice way, but I was like, I'm gonna hide under your bed, and whenever you hear a creak at night, it's me under your bed,
Oh my
you know,
god.
like. but he was just like, "Ah!" It was really funny. I was like, "Kid, you're like 5, you're doomed."
You mean those little puppets
Um,
that, like, you hold with, like, the sticks?
yeah, well, yeah, they had the ones where the sticks are the hands, and like your hand goes like up the puppet butt and then makes
Oh,
the mouth talk. That's what I was telling him. I was living under the bed, but then I was making like the other ones, the actual like marionette looking flamingo things
yeah,
dance
yeah.
around. But that's a big memory I have of
Aw.
China, and also me and my cousin went around drinking in Epcot, and we were trying different things, and they have
Okay.
like that drink booth, and it was like
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. There was like two turtle doves and a sh- pear tree or some kind of drink, and it was really good, but it was a lot.
The Tipsy Ducks in Love.
Yeah, that's what
What
we
is
we
this
never say it
segue?
right.
So the only food option, for you right now in the China Pavilion is the Joy of Tea, where you can find Tipsy Ducks in Love. So we'll talk about that menu because the drinks here are fire.
Mhm. And then the little snacks are really
Oh,
good too.
yeah, you get like an egg roll. Pretty nice.
Mhm,
Also,
mhm.
during any like food and wine, flower and garden, and they recently just announced that the Festival of the Arts is coming back in January. So I'm really
Ooh.
excited about that. Always has a fire booth in the China Pavilion. Always super, super good.
What's the name of that booth?
This one's Joy of Tea.
Joy of Tea. Sorry, I'm
I'm
pulling
gonna
it up
put
on
the link should
my
be on the email.
oh, I just go to the app
Alright.
for the food. Okay. So, wait a minute. They don't have nearly I might be thinking of or thinking that the 2 stands are one, but they also have really good, like, curry pockets, and those are really good.
Oh, nice, nice.
Somewhere in there. It may not be this one because this one's only saying veg or egg rolls,
Yeah, and they may have limited it just because of situation.
cavied,
The COVID. Yeah, but you
bubble
grab an
milk
egg
tea.
roll,
That
man.
sounds good.
But the drinks, like the joy people talk about this all the time if you listen to like and I don't say old school in any way demeaning. I mean like the OGs of Disney podcasting talk about the drinks at Joy of Tea. They're really, really good. So tell us about your experience with Tipsy Ducks in Love because it's very famous.
Yes, the Tipsy Dex in Love, it's really good. It's a bourbon whiskey, coffee, black tea, cream, and chocolate syrup. And I think where it kind of goes downhill is the chocolate syrup, personally,
Uh-huh.
because it just has, I don't know, some chocolate syrups are really good. Like if you have Hershey's chocolate syrup, like that's good. But sometimes it's just got like a weird chemically taste to
Sure.
me. Like I
Sure,
don't
sure, sure.
so I don't know. It depends on what kind of brand you use of chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I didn't really like it. If it would have been Sans chocolate syrup, I think it would have been pretty good. A little bit
Yeah.
stronger tasting considering the whiskey and coffee and black tea and no sweetener without that chocolate syrup, but it was good. And it was strong and it's a good size. Like 12.50 is we
It'll
all know Disney
dessert.
pricing. 12.50 is like the equivalent of like a dollar Coke at McDonald's.
Right.
So it's worth the price. I liked it a lot, but I'm looking at all these other ones and I'm like,
What else we got here? People who this is new. I don't think they always had boba tea, but they have bubble milk tea now. So if you like that, they have it here. I'm not a fan. They used to have something called a happy peach. It looks like they don't have it anymore, which bums me out because that was my personal favorite. But out of all of these, God, I don't even know what I'd get.
I don't
I
think any of these are like your
These
style.
are not my style. If you're new to the show, Annie doesn't like sweet drinks and things that are heavily mixed. So, these are very
Literally, that's all of these.
that's literally all of these. I'd probably just get a beer.
Actually, the
So
mango gingerita sounds pretty good.
yeah, I'm intrigued by that.
It's vodka and light rum, but
Mhm.
I'm assuming it might taste like a mango mule or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I would actually, yeah, that makes a really actually, that was probably what I would get. Because cantaloupe, I think, tastes like garbage. Like, it when I s for some reason, I don't know if it's, like, just we ate a lot of cantaloupe when I was growing up, so, like, the garbage to me smelled like cantaloupe, and so I assimilate it as that, so I can't even look at that cantaloupe drink.
I can see that.
Okay.
I do like cantaloupe. Weirdly, I have to put a little bit of salt on it, though.
You know, I just learned about well, a couple years ago. My mother-in-law taught me about that too, to put, like, salt on a watermelon. It was very good. Very much enjoyed
Just
it.
a little bit, like, don't
Yeah.
it's not popcorn, don't go crazy,
Sure, sure,
but
sure.
yeah, it's good. It
And the
just adds, like, a
tahini.
little what? Oh,
You
tahini
gotta
on
get the tahini.
fucking everything.
Um, unfortunately, there are 2 other restaurants in China, but they're not open right now. So, there's Nine Dragons, which is the sit-down dining, and it's very good. Like, it's very good. Like, it's not like I mean, quite honestly, it's like a PF Chang's, I'm gonna be very honest with you, which is not a bad thing. I love a PF Chang's.
Yeah, PF Chang's is really good.
Yeah.
I was always under the impression it was even below that. I thought it was,
No, no,
because
I
I've
think
never
it's
eaten there. I always thought it was just gonna be like a really expensive Panda Express, and that's
no,
why
no.
I've always avoided it.
That would be the Lotus Blossom Cafe. That is like it's overpriced Panda Express. That's what that is.
Okay.
And because I know that because we used to go there a lot when I was a kid. But, no, Nine Dragons is like a PF Chang's. That's what I would compare it to, and the food is very, very good. We actually sat next to Drew Brees one time. He was
Ooh,
kind of a dick, but, here we are.
but here we
A
are.
lot at the time. His kids were insane. The 3 women that were with him couldn't control them. It was just very dramatic. But here we are.
So much happening.
There was just a lot happening, and the thing is I felt bad. I don't believe in going up to oh, shit, what did I just do? I don't believe in going up to celebrities if they're clearly dealing with something. Even, like, just generally, in my experiences with, my few experiences with celebrities. But, like, people kept coming out to him and asking for autographs or pictures, and, like, his kids were losing their minds, and the women just didn't care. They were, like,
Well,
throwing, like,
imagine
medical
being
weird
those
moments.
poor kids, like, you're going to Disney World and you just wanna be a kid at Disney World and your dad's getting harassed every 5 minutes.
Yeah, hold on a second, I'm getting a Truly.
Oh.
I come back in a minute. Here we go.
Hey, come back!
I come back. So, actually, we were there during Festival of the Arts. This is when the, Pro Bowl was in Orlando. So, actually, there were a ton of NFL players. I don't know what was going on at Nine Dragons, but there were a ton of NFL players coming, like, in and out of Nine Dragons. And we're like, "What the hell is going on?" And it was Chinese New Year. So, we just wanted to eat there because we were like, "Oh, fuck, it's Chinese New Year. Like, let's eat at Nine Dragons." And it was a shit show. And usually it's very easy to get a table there because people just don't really go there. It was a mess.
That's a fun, thing we could put on Facebook, like, like, which celebrities have you seen
Oh, that would be
at
fun.
the theme parks, uh, specifically Disney theme parks? I saw, Kobe there,
Ah,
mine and Matt's first
yeah.
trip.
At Disney World?
Yeah,
'Cause I
at
know
Magic
you go
Kingdom.
to, Disneyland a lot. Who have I seen? I'm trying to think. Um, but yes, this would be a good I would like to put this on, like, a question for the group. Who else have I seen at Disney? I've seen more people at Disneyland, obviously. Um, like, last time I was at Disneyland, I saw, like, Dave Bautista, who is what's his name in Guardians?
Oh,
The big guy. Not
yeah,
Groot.
what is his name?
I can't think
He's
of it.
like
It's terrible.
he's like,
He's like
the
blue.
the joke would not go over my head, I would
Yeah,
catch it.
exactly.
Oh, what is his name?
Speaking of Marvel has been a huge savior to me during this quarantine process. I cannot tell you how often I have watched Marvel movies since March. Like, I've been living and dying for them. Isn't that funny?
I what have I been doing? Ugh,
You're like, "This whole
just
time is a
dreaming about
burden."
Disney. The wait, we're in quarantine?
Where are we? What country is this?
Uh, but yeah, no, I think next time I'll definitely give, um, Nine Drag well, see, every time we go, we eat in Japan, so
Or it's a
I
festival
don't know.
where you're picking, you know?
Well, yeah, where you're literally just picking at snacks.
Yeah, so that was kind of the issue, like, we were going during, like, a random time, and that's why we ate there. Oh, yeah, I remember, I was there for work. Always that's the thing,
Isn't that it?
I used to always tie my trips to work trips, and, I was there for work, Nick came and met me down there, and that's why. I remember now. Okay.
I remember.
But, like, seriously, it's really good. I love the China Pavilion. I really love
It
it.
is so beautiful.
It's
Like,
so
I just
beautiful.
love just the, like, Asia cultures,
Mm,
like,
same, same.
everything about them.
Absolutely. They're so interesting. Alright, moving on
Where are
to
we going?
Germany.
Germany.
Germany, Deutschland. I only can
Let's
read German, I only know a few words because I had to take German in college, but that was it. That was my
I don't know anything.
I had to take it as a voice major. You had to take 3 languages as a voice major, and German was my favorite language to sing in. But,
Really?
yeah, okay, so weird story. German music is very dark, right? Generally, not all of it. Like Mozart or well, Mozart's Austrian, but, like, it's generally very dark, and my voice is a mezzo soprano, right? So it's not like this, like, high squeaky soprano voice, so I love dark music, and so the classical music that worked really well for my voice was German music. Go figure. I used to love it,
Oh,
even though a lot of them were, like, anti-Semitic, unfortunately. Like, I hate to say that I love Wagner because
womp
Wagner was
womp.
anti-Semite, but here we are. But the Germany Pavilion is so cool. I love it
It's
there.
it's really pretty, but, I don't like I like the pretzels, the big pretzels
Oh,
at the
yeah,
end.
cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong with that. Oh my god, so the Germany Pavilion is a huge fight in my house because my husband has been dying to go to beer garden, and I always shut him down.
Aw.
Have you ever eaten there?
Um, no, I have not. I don't
We
know. No.
Nick likes to always in times that we've gone with my family to or his family, well, it's our family really, but, like, his siblings, I should say. They love beer garden, but there's, like, a little stand where you can get some of the food, that they serve at beer garden, which we'll talk about the menu here in a minute. But that's his consolation prize because I always turn it down.
His consolation
I always feel
prize.
so bad. I'm like, "Sorry." One day, we're just gonna go to beer garden, and I'm just gonna suck it up, and then you know what's gonna happen, though? He's gonna eat a bunch of sauerkraut, and he's gonna have the shits, and I don't wanna deal with that.
Then you have to stop everywhere
I know, it's gonna be awful. I'm
for
saving
Mr.
him,
Poopy Pants.
Mr. Poopy Pants, you can't handle it.
He's gonna be so mad listening to this episode,
He doesn't
hearing about
listen
you
to
talking
this
about his
show.
pooping.
He doesn't listen to this show, but his mother does, and and she's gonna be like, "Hey, Nick," and he's talking about how sauerkraut gives you the shits.
How sauerkraut gives you the sauerkrauts.
Oh, dude, that's it right there. Oh my god. Our next European country that we wanted to visit, although this year we didn't get to go anywhere for said
Aw.
reasons, is Germany. So we really, really want to go. Well, more so, Nick really wants to go to Germany. I really want to go to Austria. Germany, I think, is very cool. I really want to go to Cologne. I really want to go to some places, but I don't like living and dying for it. Let's say that. But it's super cool.
I just want to go somewhere outside of the United States.
Same. Actually, I would like to go somewhere outside of. Well, I'd like to go somewhere outside of Ohio these days. I'm very tired of this state. Um, but Germany's a really cool pavilion. I love uh what are they? Is it a Platz? Is that what they call that? Is that what a piazza is called there? A Platz, I think. Um, where like the St. George Monument is, and there's the really cool cuckoo clock, and
Ooh.
that kind of like
The
center area.
big old cuckoo clock.
Yeah, yeah. That center area, it's very open, it's very cool. The stores here are fantastic. There is a hidden wine bar, if y'all don't know about it. Let's talk about the hidden wine bar for a minute.
Okay, okay.
Let's have a conversation about the hidden wine bar in the Germany pavilion. So if you go into the stores, like so you walk in, you see like the main area, you see the St. George Monument, and you go into your left, there's the Werther's. I don't understand I didn't even know Werther's was German, but okay. And so there's this whole Werther's area. You go through another room, there's more like souvenirs, and then there's a little
And
hidden
then,
wine room, and it's nice.
is this where we got your bottle?
Yes, that I dropped.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all
All of our hearts
oh my
also
god.
dropped.
We all almost had a heart attack. Um, it is and you know what's, like, weird? They don't have, like, a menu anywhere of it, but if you go in there, there's, like, a little wine bar. Not only do they have German wines, like a Riesling or Gewürztraminer, and there's a really great sparkling wine, which I tend to buy a bottle of when I go there. I also tend to drop
And then throw it on the floor.
it in the
Although
road.
we should say, because this was at the very end of the night,
It
we
was
had
the
been
very end of the
drinking
night.
all over, and we've been
Oh,
carrying it around all, afternoon after you bought it,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
then, we dropped it as we were leaving through the,
The
international
international
gateway.
gateway, yeah,
We were staying at the Swan or the Dolphin
yeah.
Dolphin?
We're
Um,
at one of them. Who knows? I think
but
it's
I
the
bet you $100 if that thing would have shattered, Disney would have replaced it for
I
you.
think so. Or
It
they'd have been
100%
like,
would have just went back and got you another one.
"Your drunk ass should get it together."
"Ma'am, you should pour it into a glass if you wanna drink it, not smash it on the ground and suck it off the concrete."
Oh, my heart doesn't drop. It's awful, but get the sparkling wine, though, it's very, very good, and, they also have a r did you get the pear liqueur? Did you get that? I can't remember. Someone got it, and they're very
Um,
tasty.
I think it was Eric and Abby. I think it was one of them that got it.
Okay. It was very tasty, it was very good, and they have, like, Rieslings, and I'm not a huge fan of German wine, outside of that sparkling, and then, like, I like a Gruner,
Mhm.
which I think is actually Austrian, but it's so good there, and there's, like, cheeses and shit if you want some like, a little snacky poo. So good.
Yeah, it's a cute little place, and it is very quiet. I don't think a lot of
Yes,
people know it's
true.
there.
Yeah, it's sometimes it'll get a little busy, and it's usually during the festivals, but
Yeah.
because that's the place to go if you just don't want beer.
I think I think I'd only ever been at that place one other time, and that's because I got one of those, wine passports where
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
pay, like,
yeah.
30 bucks, and then you get 2 2-ounce glasses at 3 different locations.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've never done the wine pass, but I hear it's a good buy.
It's a good buy because, I mean, when you think about it, like, they're only giving you about 2 ounces for or, like, 5 ounces for a single drink, and that's gonna be about $10. So it kind of equals out, as far as price goes, and you get to try something different, and you're kinda forced to versus, like, if you go I always had the problem, like, I say I'm gonna try something different, and then I go
Mhm.
to Japan and get the same thing
Oh
instead of
my god,
trying
ain't
something
that the
new in
truth?
Japan.
Ain't that the truth?
So, I think it's fun. It's fun to do.
Yeah. Yeah, so, highly, highly recommend as one of your stops in either drinking around the world or just having a casual beverage. Definitely check it out.
Casual.
Definitely check it out. And that leads directly into Beer Garden, which is open right now, so you can go to Beer Garden, and have a lovely
Beer
time
garden.
and get your German on. I have never been here, and my husband likes to remind me of it all the time. But it's a buffet. It's a buffet. And it's like 46 bucks,
Um,
which if you look at the like stuff that you can get, like it's pretty legit. Wait, 46. Yeah, 46. Cuz dinner and lunch are the same. Yeah. And it's like German food, which is really hard to screw up in my opinion cuz it's
yeah, it's
very
just a
much
little bit of salt and
that's really all it is.
potato.
And I really do apologize to the German people listening. I grew up in an Italian I grew up in an Italian home. I do have, my dad's dad, my grandfather, was Polish, and so I every once in a while, I got to have some Polish food, but I really didn't get to have, like, serious, like, Eastern European food until I started dating Nick, because his family is mainly Eastern European and some Italian. So
I just sent in my, ancestry.com kit. Can't
oh,
wait to see.
yay! How lo what does it take? Like, I got mine done a few years ago, and I think it took, like, 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah, the packaging says 6 to 10, but my grandma says she got hers pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, we shall
I'm so
see.
excited, those are so fun. I love that. So this is a buffet, um, which I think is appropriate. There's a killer, well, it's not really German, it's kinda like all over hell, it's maybe more Polish, in Cleveland, which, by the way, is better, that's also a buffet, but it's really good. But they have, like, your traditional wursts, yes, your German sausages, sauerkraut,
Yeah.
obviously. What is Spätzle? Is that the noodles? That's the noodles, right? Like, they're, like, broken up noodles, butter noodles,
I don't know.
cabbage,
I'm just
right?
reading it and nothing sounds good.
You gotta be, like, into German food, like, schnitzel, which is awesome, though, that's, like, breaded pork, right? I think. Look at this, I know nothing about German I don't like it, it's not
Mm,
great. My husband loves it, though. So,
yes.
exactly.
Wikipedia categorizes Spätzle as shaped pasta.
Yeah, yeah, it's like these weird cut noodles with, like, cabbage and shit, or is that halushki?
Girl, I'm the
You're like
wrong
you're
one.
like, "Buddy, that is not the
I
family right
don't
there."
like any of that.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I mean, this would be actually here, let me reframe let's reframe the situation. If you about to drink around the world, there is nothing better to coat your stomach than this carbo load right here.
Spancel.
Get some spatzel, some sausage, some schnitzel. I mean, you'll be constipated for a month. But look at
All the months.
let's see what they got here, what they got in the beverages. You can
Mm.
get a shot of Jaeger.
Ugh, that is a trigger word for me. Please refrain.
Please refrain from the J word. Um, and I think a lot of these wines are what you can find in, the wine room there next door, but they're all like they do have a German white wine flight, which I think they do have a flight at that little wine room, so, like, I would probably do that or the Pinot Gris. You can't go wrong with the German Pinot Gris, but they don't have the sparkling, that's dumb. But,
Sorry,
you
I'm still ill from when you said the J
I'm so
word.
sorry, I'm so sorry.
Literally, if I ever ingest poison, like, give me a shot of that and we'll be fine.
Poison. It is poison. I think
No,
I've
I'm just
only
saying,
had
like,
it
if
once.
like, "Oh, you accidentally ate, rat poison. Give him some Jaeger, he'll throw up."
Oh my god. Um, I think I would honestly, I think in this whole situation, I would get the German beer flight because that's fun. I would ask them to switch out the pink grapefruit Hefeweizen though, because 'cause I'm not a fan, or Nick would drink it.
My cousin loves that.
The no, Nick loves it too, Nick loves it. I personally do not. I don't like fruity
You're
beer.
not the fruity beer
Yeah,
lady.
it's the fruity beers, man, I'm not a fan. It's like I've been drinking Trulies lately just because my GERD guys, I have been in a GERD nightmare. The Maalox ain't even working anymore. We moved on to
Episode
Gaviscon.
1, they must not be sponsoring us
They're
yet
not
after our
sponsoring
episode
us.
1.
I moved on to Gaviscon, and it's been helping, and I have to take, like, literally 3 medications a day for my heartburn. That's how bad it is. I'm drinking, like, Trulies like a goddamn college student because, like, I can't stomach anything.
Like a damn college student. Uh,
My life is really
so I'm
sad.
I'm going through just the link of Germany and, like, I want one of those steins so bad. They're so
They're
pretty,
beautiful.
and they have, like, a whole booth of them. Like, this store has a bunch
Mhm.
of them, but they have, like, a booth on the other side closer to the water, and then I just remember it's got so many
Yeah.
beautiful steins in there.
This is what's so awesome about World Showcase, and I think it's very much overlooked, A, because of the drinking, but also, like, when you're not really thinking it, there is some beautiful handmade stuff in each of the countries that you can go and find, and we talked about this
Mhm.
last episode with Mexico, and these are, like, beautiful handcrafted steins. There's the Kugel clocks that are really beautiful, just, like, really
You
beautiful stuff
know,
from each country.
we talked about again, yeah, we talked about this in Mexico. I really kinda wanna figure out, like, do, like a Disney undercover kinda thing.
Ooh,
Like, because I wonder how much the artist is actually getting from that, because,
that's interesting.
it's gonna be a little bit more expensive than normal because
Sure,
it's gonna be Disney pricing,
sure,
but is that benefiting the artist or is that
sure.
benefiting Disney?
No, I think that's a really, really good point. I would be very interested to know.
Same
Quite
with because,
honestly.
like, again, there is the stuff that is, like, being handcrafted, all the blown glass, the
Yeah.
painted, artifacts in Mexico, the steins that are being painted in Germany. I wonder if the ones that are inside the store are from Germany or if you flip it over, it says made in China.
Pretty solid question, and I don't think we have one.
These are the hard-hitting questions that
Hard-hitting
Trump could
journalism.
never
Could never.
answer.
I don't know if I have anything. And honestly, the main reason why I haven't bought one of these, like, higher end things is because I have to fly home, and that's super
Yeah.
risky. We've been wanting to buy my father-in-law a Stein. I think we got him, like, a little one time, but because he served during it, at some point during Vietnam, but he was stationed in Germany, whatever. So I think that was the thing. I don't wanna misquote the whole situation, but I know he was stationed in Germany. So he
Those are
loves
pretty far
Steins.
apart.
The what? Germany and
I said
Vietnam are
those are
very far apart.
geographically long
Yeah,
apart or far apart.
I don't ask, I don't wanna I don't know. But,
Hmm.
he loves the German culture. So we wanted to get him a Stein
Oh,
for some
yeah.
time, but again, it's dangerous to fly home with a fragile thing.
Right.
Like, so I mean, we could ship it. We've actually done that. So I have 2 vases from the, is it the Arabis Brothers? The or the not the Arabis Brothers, the hand blown glass, store in, Magic Kingdom.
On
Um,
Main Street, right by Starbucks.
yeah, yeah, and where you watch them blow the glass. So I have 2, like, really
Yeah.
beautiful vases that I got for 2 different my mom gave me, like usually what we would do for my birthday, because we always used to go to Disney for my birthday, is they would just give me a Disney gift card, and I would go buy something nice, and we would just ship it to our house. So in theory, like, we could just buy it and just ship it to our house. But I don't think I've bought anything in the countries that's, like, super duper nice, where I could do that
Mm.
the hard-hitting journalism. But if you guys have bought something, if you bought a Stein,
Go look at it right now, flip it upside down, and tell me where it's made.
we wanna know.
Journalism 101.
But, yeah, that's look, we just made it to an hour. Perfect, like, literally just
Yeah, we hit all the countries we wanted to today,
yes, guys, we are so efficient in getting shit done,
and we digressed.
and we digressed, so that's awesome.
Thank God there's nothing to do in Norway.
I know. And we'll also too, because like, we didn't get to go through the menus of, like, Nine Dragons,
Yeah,
stuff like that, because we don't wanna, like
it's just not open.
yeah, we just don't wanna talk about things that are not open because it's depressing. They will open back up eventually, it's just, let's just not make things worse than they already are.
You know what is open?
Hmm.
My heart.
Aw, full of love.
Only to people I like, though.
That's, how I am too. I generally I was talking to one of my customers the other day, and I was, like, explaining why I'm putting in a pool, and which is an odd thing to talk to one of your customers about, but we're, like, friends, and, I was like, "It's purely because I hate people." I'm tired of going to public pools. Or, like, even at the club, I was like, "I can't stand people, and I don't wanna see them." I just couldn't and this year, like, really threw me over with how much I dislike people, so I was just like, "We're putting in a pool. I can't do this anymore."
I want Matt Matt's like, "Hey, can we get an in-ground pool?" I'm like, "You
Yep.
got in-ground pool money?"
But, like and you guys have to put the, thing around, don't you, in Florida? The
Um,
screen?
well, a lot of people do, and that's something that we want to do. I don't know if that's like a requirement.
Oh, okay, I thought, like, in some pla again, I thought my grandma who lived there but again, she passed last year, but she moved out of Florida, like, 5 years ago. So these are the stories she could put like, who knows if she even knew? I don't know. Don't want the gators or whatever.
The what?
The gators.
Uh, the gays?
The gators! We don't want the gays in the pool. That is totally
Get the
fine.
babe, the gays are in the pool again.
The gays are in the pool.
Like,
Someone
listen to us.
caught
We're like,
animal.
we're so good about non-digressing, and then like, here we are talking about gays in the pool.
Here we are. You know what,
uh,
though? That's the best thing in the world.
Nobody gets to this part of our podcast anyway, guys. Get off our butts.
Hey, you know what, though? They usually, I think, they make it through about 85%. 85 to 90% they make, and then usually these last 2 minutes, no one gives a shit. So we could say something real crazy. The earth is flat. COVID is a hoax. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god. Plot twist. All this wear your mask talk we always do, and then we're both like, you know what? COVID isn't even
What's
real.
COVID? Oh my God. I had to get tested last week too.
Ugh.
Dude, it's such a pain. Because now it's like
I
cold
hope I don't ever
season.
have to get tested again.
It's so annoying because now it's like it's cold season. So it's like now you're like, do I have a cold? Do I have COVID? Let me go
You have
check.
cold vid.
I'm like, it's so annoying. Well, guys, next week, maybe we'll get an next time. What a promise.
Maybe next time.
Oh,
Love
great
won't
song.
hurry away.
Great song. Oh, respect for bringing that up. Fantastic. A little
Here we
cabaret
are.
for y'all. Love it. Yeah, so next time we're gonna be talking about what comes after Germany. Italy. Italy. And I think
Italy. Hey, I know you're excited.
oh god. Well, we're all excited because the boys are hot.
The
Uh,
boys are hot. The tea is piping.
um, and then what comes after Italy? Is that America? I think it's America. America, where your golden wings. That's
That's a beautiful song on
it actually
frickin'
is.
when you're on hold.
It's on our playlist, y'all, so you can listen to it anytime you want. I actually listened to it while I was working on a spreadsheet, which is so weird. And then what comes after that? Japan. So hopefully we get
Ah, I
those
can't
through the
wait.
Japan I think is my favorite. Japan and the UK are my favorite pavilions.
Oh, I love those both
Yeah.
very much. We all know this. I can't wait. Okay.
Okay.
I can't wait.
We'll talk about it next time. Guys, it was so fun to talk to you again. We love hearing from you. And we want to hear about your celebrity sightings. So we will talk about that when I post this next episode. We'll ask you questions. We want to hear about your celebrity sightings in the park. So my name is Annie at WDW Collective, and with me, my most wonderful co-host who also had a birthday.
Yeah, it was on Wednesday.
Yeah. You gonna say your name?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, totally. Hi, my name is Brady McCleary, also known to you guys as Brady Cam on Instagram,
I get all.
and
I love.
I I like turtles.
I like turtles. I've turned into a plant mom recently. I've turned into like a recluse of an old lady. It's
Oh,
real weird. Like I started like embroidering and like painting and like collecting stamps.
okay.
Like what? I don't know what's happened to me. I mean, like, yeah, y'all remember like I was like jet setting around the world all the time
Did
and
you
like
say collecting jams?
plants,
Plants,
plants.
got it. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a plant mom now, and so like, like what has happened in my life? I'm trying to not have like an existential crisis every day, but that's the story of 2020. You know,
That's the story of my life.
it's a good song. All right, fam, we
Very
will
good song.
talk to you next time.
Okie dokie, kids. Bye bye.